People have been collecting data for a long time. As far back as antiquity, great empires used data surveys to organise themselves. In Switzerland, the Federal Statistical Office celebrated its 150th anniversary on the 19th of October 2010. The official celebration to mark this occasion was held in the Temple du Bas in Neuchâtel. Those present were reminded of what a success the relocation of the office in the canton of Neuchâtel has been.
Born and bred in Neuchâtel, I would describe the move of the Federal Statistical Office to my canton as a successful step in the decentralization of the government administration. As head of department, I see a large office that offers its services to others, in particular to Swiss citizens. It contributes to the running of the country on the basis of good, impartial, and transparent statistical data.
Monsieur le Conseil fédéral, Madame.
When it was founded on the 1st of June 1860, the Federal Statistical Bureau, as it was then known, had only 3 employees: the director, an assistant, and a secretary. As it had very little funding at the beginning, its activities were limited to an absolute minimum.
In
1860, the Federal Statistical Bureau carried out a population census. The government wanted to know the number of inhabitants in the country in order to establish the distribution of seats in the National Council. The census was also used to show how many soldiers could be recruited and how many weapons were stored in homes.
Soon, in the 1880s and 1890s, the office was called upon for the planning of health checks among new recruits and also to examine performance in schools, reading, writing, arithmetic.
In time, the need was felt to study other aspects of society in order to put Switzerland on an equal footing with its neighbouring countries. In order to do this, data was needed on trade, society, the quality of education and health systems, but also information on roads, on rail transport, and so on and so forth. Modern statistics was born. On the day following the official 150th anniversary celebration, another event took place. On the 20th of October 2010, the United Nations announced the first World Statistics Day. This was an appropriate moment for the Federal Statistical Office to organise a forum where the measurement of progress and quality of life were discussed, and where Swiss statistics' contribution to the implementation of the Stiglitz Commission's recommendations was assessed.
Another subject for discussion was the report commissioned by the French President Sarkozy. It transpired that the economic indicators, which all showed positive figures in 2008, did not reflect the impression that the population had of its standard of living. The report did not contain much that was new, but it did summarize the current state of knowledge on the subject and presented a consensus on the need for statistical action in 3 main areas. These deal with typical economic issues on the quality of life and the measurement of durable development.
150 years, a reason to celebrate with the public too. That's why the Federal Statistical Office held an open day on the 6th of November 2010, an excellent opportunity to discover how statistics are made. It's really not easy to explain complex scientific methods clearly and in a way that can be understood by everyone. But according to the public and the organisers, the experiment was a success.
The office's employees showed their competitiveness while preparing for the open day. They demonstrated enthusiasm and imagination to create numerous interesting things, including games, such as this Snakes and Ladders game. I was impressed by the creativity shown by my colleagues on the occasion of the open day.
In their own way, each section presented essential aspects of Swiss statistics, and everyone who works at the FSO helped to make the celebration a success.
I'm really pleased to see the commitment of the employees and their enthusiasm to present their work to visitors from all over Switzerland.
Why is it so important to show the FSO's work in more detail to the public?
The Federal Statistical Office is commissioned by the Federal Council and receives government funding to carry out its mandate. It is therefore very important to show a wide audience what we, the Federal Statistical Office, do with this money.
It's important to us to make our statistics even more accessible, to explain them as best we can, why we make all these statistics, and what they're used for, and how they can best be used. That also means that it's important to give the general public access to the building from time to time, so that people can see for themselves how a large statistical office works.
There's something for everyone, especially the children.
This is a well-planned exhibition. It's especially suitable for children. It's exciting for them to try out something new at these interactive stands.
It's fun, all these statistics. I don't know how to say it in that statistical language. There are so many. Yes, it's really good. Cool.
I found it very interesting to see how Switzerland has developed over the past 150 years. Yes, it's really impressive. It's important to also show this by means of statistics.
I've just started my tour of the building. Before, I was downstairs where the population census is. It's really interesting here. The information boards are very easy to understand, and it's a good thing that the general public can come and see what goes on here. It's also a beautiful building, but that's got nothing to do with statistics.
In the Switzerland of the 21st century, transparency and closeness to the general public are of great importance to the FSO. One of the biggest challenges that modern statistics has to face is without doubt making data more easily available to the people, as well as the gradual construction of an interactive platform. Through the internet, microdata is more often available to the general public, which means that the building blocks of statistics are becoming more and more accessible.